Uncle Mark here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are looking at an F-150. This is a 2013. Maybe you have a burned out headlight or signal light or park light, or maybe you just need to change the whole headlight assembly. I'm going to show you how to do that. It's very easy. You just need a couple of items. Basically, I'll list them as we go through them, but I think it's a 10 millimeter socket and a ratchet. I probably could just even use a 10 millimeter wrench. It's going to be a little harder to do. And basically a Phillips screwdriver. Take a look. I'll show you how to do it. So with your hood open, have it all the way open, you're going to need to access the top of the headlight. So there's a couple little fingers in here, clips that hold it on the side. Then there's a screw up there. It's a bolt a little lower, and then there's two bolts on the top. I'll show you closer. Let me get the camera there. You'll see. Real easy to do. So there's this little flap that basically pushes the wind as you're driving into the radiator. Just helps guide it there a little bit. And that one's kind of broken. I need to fix that one of these days. Yeah, long story there. It just kind of directs it in there. It's got one little plastic screw and a clip that it runs into. Phillips screwdriver. Now you'll turn it and it probably won't want to come out, so I have to stick my fingernail behind it, kind of give it some pressure, and then it'll come out. Like I say, it's plastic. When you start playing with it, you're going to see what the problem is. You'll get it out. It's not a big deal. You might be able to just pull the whole clip out or not, but do it from the back like this. Just so you don't lose it, I would recommend putting the screw back in that clip, because I forgot to and I dropped it on the floor, and then good luck trying to find that. You see, it's kind of like little fingers that spread out. The more that the screw is in, that's how it holds it in there. Don't put the screw all the way in, just enough that it doesn't fall. It'll be easier to put together later. Put it somewhere safe. Now if we look at the top of the headlight, there's two, that there one and that one, two bolts. They're 10 millimeter bolts. I just use a 10 millimeter socket and a ratchet. And I got an extension on it too, just to make it a little longer, but probably the fastest way without air tools or without an electric, one of those impact wrenches, I guess. They're like an air tool. You don't need one though. This is real easy to do. Not much holding this in. It's pretty easy. Look, this isn't taking very long. Let's do the other one here too. Yeah, make sure you put them in a good spot too. Easy to lose them. Just about have it out. One more. If I pull you around the corner here, you'll see where, no, that's where I'm sitting them. I'm hoping that's a good spot. Down in behind this piece there, there's one more bolt. Not that one, right here. It's in the plastic. Right up there. Same thing, 10 millimeter. That wire you won't have. I am running a little car warmer into the interior of the vehicle. Have it plugged into my block heater so they all come on at the same time. Because here in Manitoba, Canada, we get, some minus 40s Fahrenheit / Celsius. They're both the same at that temperature. A little bit warmer maybe, but that's, Now behind here is those two fingers. If you want to pull the headlight towards you, don't try and pull it to the right or the left. Straight, yeah, that way. And it's going to be a little bit tough, but you don't want to break the clips that hold it in there. Might have to pry just a little bit with your fingers. It'll come out. Just try. There you go. I'll show you what the clips look like. And for some reason, I lost the clip. It's one there. It's the metal clip. There should be one on top here, and I don't know. I thought, did I break it? I was a little concerned because it looked like I broke it. It doesn't hang on to much. Oh, and it's in the fender. Show you a little closer just in case this happens to you too. See it there? So I grabbed it and it fell. I checked on the floor. Not there. It wasn't way in the bottom. It's like I looked and looked and looked, and I'll show you where it fell. Just in case this happens to you too. It wasn't way down by the fog light. No, it was in here. See it? I was just about thought it was a lost cause, but found it anyway. For some reason it wasn't hanging on properly. So we'll show you the lights back here. They're basically the headlight one. Somebody's been in here before. This headlight's been replaced. And they kind of messed this up. Should be able to just squeeze it. Squeeze and pull. And it should unhook. No such fun there. Do this side marker / signal first. Pull that out. That bulb you can just pull out of the socket. This one you have to unclip. We'll just leave that there for now. And then the signal that's closest to the radiator, just turn it and it'll come out. We'll take a look at those bulbs. And that's basically the headlight if you need to take it out. Now, I'm going to see if maybe we can put that piece back on. So that's what those little clips look like. It just hangs onto this very small little plastic piece. Look how little that is. Let's see if I can just push it back on. Like, I mean, it just barely, I don't know why they make it so little. Just a little piece that it clips onto. There. Seems tight, so. Got those two back on. At least you know what they're supposed to look like. Wondering if maybe I should lube them up after with something. So first of all, we're going to do, let's do this marker light here. Marker / signal. That's this little guy. I should just grab it and it'll go straight out. Just wobble it a little bit. There it goes. According to my owner's manual, because I couldn't read it on here, it's a 168. 168 is the number. I feel like I'm calling bingo or something. I just checked it to make sure, because it looked a little dark. I wanted to make sure it worked. Let's go with the signal beside the rad there. It's a bigger bulb. It's a big orange bulb. It does parking lights and signal. It should just pull straight up too. According to my Ford book, it's a 3157 NA. So 3157 NA are natural amber orange, right? I'll put a list of this after the credits or after the concluding remarks. I'm going to use a little bit of dielectric grease so the electricity can stop flowing there. I know there's a big, yeah. It's supposed to help keep moisture out. It doesn't matter which way these go in either. Probably should have done this to the other ones too, but we'll do that. Anyway, as I mentioned, after I do my concluding remarks or whatever, I'll put a little video here of the actual, all your bulb numbers, at least on this one page. It wasn't under B for bulbs, it was under H for headlights, and then it listed all the ones on one page. Silly, but that's what it did. Yeah, I guess I'll do that signal, or the other one too. So hard to see, and it's like, oh, you know what? I'm not doing the terminals. I did the wrong side. That's the side that has a terminal, and then that one has a terminal. Anyway, water gets in there. It shouldn't hurt it. We hope. You don't have to do that. We're back together. Okay, let's do the headlight. That's the last one, last bulb to do. Take a look at that. Now this is the one that you have to unclip. And like I say, this headlight's been replaced before. And somebody, I don't know what they did. Plus I've got that grease on the end of my finger. Why don't I just wipe it off of there? Anyway, it looked like it was easier to screw it back in the headlight and then press the thing and pull it out. Somebody's mucked with it. Anyway, there's a little finger on there too that it clips on. See if I can show you what that looks like. Just so you kind of understand why you're pushing on the... Don't touch the glass. No. It only goes in one way. So that it sits right side up. There's actually a right side up to this. Because the high beams and low beams. Oh, here's this. It's an H13. dash, well, or it could be a 9008. I don't know what the difference is between the two, but it says H13 on there. The book says H13 or 9008. Try and clip that back in there. Oh, there's a little finger thing I was supposed to show you about. Can we zoom in? We've got the time. Let's take a look. I don't know if you can see, it's like a little ramp that goes up. See it right there? So when you press that little clip on the connector there, it lets go of that. It's easy enough, though. You're saving yourself some money by doing this if you can do it yourself. A couple tools. Of course, this thing doesn't want to click in properly now. I don't think you'll have trouble with that. I don't know who changed it for me before. Supposed to be a qualified technician. There's only one way that this will go on too, so easy enough to do. This one I think you'll see as you turn it in there. It'll all of a sudden go in. Just turn it to lock it clockwise. The headlight only goes one way, and I think this amber bulb too, just the way it's made, if it doesn't want to fit in there, turn it, another 90 degrees or whatever, 45 degrees, and all of a sudden it'll click in, and then to lock it, you just go clockwise. I think we're about ready to snap this baby back in carefully. I'm just going to sit it on there and make sure I'll move you guys around. How's that? Take a look over on this side. Hopefully you can see the way these fingers are going to go in here now. I'm going to spray some of my famous fluid film on these little fingers. They are metal and they don't have any kind of coating on them. I'm thinking they can rust. I'm going to do the little plastic pieces too, but yeah, see the way that looked pretty rusty. So I'm thinking I'll spray this too, why not? Can't hurt, can it? Now those fingers, you're going to want to make sure they go into the holes properly. I just want to show you something here. So this is the headlight adjuster to go up and down. I believe there is no adjustment for left or right. They are made to fit in there properly. There's a little finger there though. Now I want to go in there. But I believe there's just an up and down. Spray everything, put her back in. Just take your time. You have lots of time. Don't you? The shop did like this in 45 minutes or so. I don't know. They could probably do it fairly quick, but what they'll charge you is a different thing, right? What is your shop rate? Plus shop supplies and taxes and everything else. That's where that bolt's going to go in there. So you want to try and just think it through, try and line everything up. I'm just going to spray that too, why not? It might actually be a plastic piece that the bolt's screwing into. Almost hard to tell. I should have got a magnet out and seen. So much of this stuff now is plastic. So you want that to line up. You want to make sure that lower thing there, it's where your hood or the grill hits. On top here, that's where those two bolts, you want to make sure that all fits in there too. Then the fender is going to probably want to hit the light. Those two fingers on the passenger side, there's a couple of holes there they have to line up into. So lots of things going on here all at once. If you're slow and don't jam anything, here's where your light might hit the fender. So just move it a little closer to the rad. And just keep slowly getting it until you think it's fitting. And the last little piece, you have to give it just a little push. There you go. And it snaps in. Let's line up the top for the bolts. Remember those two They were 10 millimeter. Well, actually, there's 3 of them, right? There's 2 on top, and there's 1 around the right-hand side there on this one. The driver's side, yeah, I think that's probably plastic too. The driver's side headlights the same, just, you know, backwards. Mirror image. I'm going to spray these anyway. I got a couple of minutes here. Sometimes you'd be amazed that you've sprayed something and you have to go back in there later and the bolts come out so nice and easy. There's no fighting. There's no rust issues. Unless I am tightening this into plastic, then, well, it's going to make no difference at all. You don't have to be super tight. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to barely snug them up and get that third one closer to the rad. Snugged up too, just in case something's binding. Don't want anything binding. Don't want my plastic headlight to break. It's hard to know what kind of, is that metal? Give it a quick spray too, just why not? These didn't look rusty, so I'm wondering if that is plastic it's going into. Well, some kind of composite something or other, right? Same thing here. Tighten her up. Like I say, this one I'm going to snug up as tight as I can. Well, not as tight as I want to make it. But you notice the way I'm holding the socket or the ratchet. I don't want to reef on it. Put that little screw back in there. That little plastic finger thing. Remember how that works? You can see how it kind of snaps down as it goes through the hole, and then so it just kind of pops in there. And then the screw, you probably could just push it in, and I think it just kind of did fall into. It's such a cheap plasticky thing. You can try and tighten it, and believe me, just snug is probably too tight. And I think I'm going to tighten those top ones, and we're done. So that was pretty easy, wasn't it? If you liked the video, why not give me the thumbs up? You can subscribe down in the corner too. Also, if you do have an F150, I have a playlist we'll put up in the corner here. You can go take a look at that. Working on the truck, you know, so anytime I do something to it, I try and get the recorder out and you can follow me along. You guys take care. Till next time, tell your friends about the channel. Again, till we meet again, Mark saying bye-bye for now. As promised before I forget, so I looked under B under bulbs. And RST, that's RUVW. Anyway, nope, no B for bulbs. It's like, where else to look? I thought, well, I'll look under L for lights. How about H for headlights? That's where they were listed. Headlamps, then bulb specifications. And it gave me 343 was the page number on my 2013 truck book. Yours might be different, but I'll give you a quick look at what it said here. What I'll do is I'll freeze frame this, and you can either screenshot it or write down whatever. But it lists basically the headlights, basically everything, I think. And here it is. Enjoy. Hopefully this helps you. Remember to be safe. Your safety is your responsibility and should be priority number 1. Also, give me the thumbs up if you like the video. Plus, please subscribe and you'll get all the notifications. It's easy. The little dog will show you how. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Goodness.